Hello everyone, welcome back to Tinateach HTML. Our latest lesson, we're going to be tackling form attribute, okay? Because form has a lot of ties with server and like PHP and other languages that's involved in like the back end of website development. I'm just going to go briefly into the different attributes that you can give to the form tag, not so much on the back end, not so much on the server, because I'm going to be, having new series devoting specifically to that. All right, future series, of course. So stay tuned. And in this lesson specifically, we're going to talk about action, target, method, autocomplete, and no validate. So let's get on with it. So first with action defines what's being done after the user clicks enter or submit after they've given their input into the input field, okay? Usually this is sent onto a file that's resting in a server somewhere, and it's sort of like, taking the user input, giving it to, let's say, PHP for processing. And if the action attribute is not included or it's submitted, it is set to the current page. So I have an example here with a little bit of a typo. Sorry, let me just fix that really quickly. Okay, so form action, this is just an example, action page.php. So the user input will be sent to here. And in here we have where the user will see, what they need to type in and where they're going to type in. And we've tackled this in the previous lesson with label and input type. So we have a label for favorite color, and then close label, and input, which is an empty tag. Type is tax ID is favorite color, name is also favorite color, and the value is yellow, okay? And then we just close the form, and that's it for our action. Let's move on to the next attribute, which is something that we've seen in old lessons. So target defines where to display the response that we got back after the PHP processing once the user sent it. And there's a bunch of values that you can give to target, and I will list them out here. First is blank is it will be displayed in a new window or tab. Self is displayed in the current window that the user is on. Parent display this in a parent frame. Top display this in the full body of the window. And then frame name displayed in a named iframe. Now, I've talked about iframe in previous lessons, so you can go back, to a playlist at the end of this lesson, at the end of this video, and you can check out my iframe lesson. And here I have an example of what target can look like once you put it in a form tag. So we have form, we have action, and we have target, and the example is parent. Next up, let's talk about method. So data can be sent as URL variables with either method get or method post with HTTP post transaction, okay? Now, the default is get. So I have an example, form action, method equals to get and method equals to post. Notice I want to talk more about the difference between the two. So a few things you need to pay attention with method equals to get is that it appends the form data, aka the user input that the user sends in URL in pairs of name and value. So any data that the user submitted is visible in the URL. So it's don't send sensitive data or like data that's supposed to be private or can easily be, used maliciously through this method. And the URL length is limited. Okay, so it's limited in its security and it's limited in its size. So it's perfect if you want to use it for non-secure short data that the user also want to bookmark, they want to bookmark the result. For example, like a search query, and that's what method equals get is for. Next up with method equals post. post appends the input inside of the body of the HTTP request so that the data is not shown in the URL. So you have that, non-secure issue resolved. And it also has no size limitations, so it's perfect to send large quantity of data. And the cons here is that form submissions cannot be bookmarked. And so this is the complete opposite of method equals get. And you can use this for sensitive or personal information data. Next up is autocomplete. Autocomplete defines whether or not a form should have autocompletion. It's very simple. If it's on, the browser will complete values based on old values that the user have already typed in. So this is very convenient for the user. So form action, we've seen complete on target blank. Okay, very simple, very easy, just like. Lastly, we have no validate. It's a Boolean attribute. It specifies the form data that should not be validated when submitted. So you have form action and no validate, just like that. So I hope that you learned something new today and you managed to understand more about HTML and the form tag. And thank you for watching. Don't forget to tune into my next lesson, which will be going a little more in depth into the input types with a form data. And I hope to see you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Win today, better tomorrow. Goodbye.